In the history of Israel, there came a time when the nation's first king had begun to fall from God's favor. Though Saul still sat upon the throne, his disobedience had separated him from the Lord. The prophet Samuel had already declared that God would give the kingdom to another someone with a heart that desired to follow him. That new king was being quietly prepared by God long before he ever wore a crown. His name was David. After Saul disobeyed God's command, the Lord said to Samuel, "I am sorry that I made Saul king. He has turned away from me." The Lord sighed. "How long will you mourn over Saul? Go to Bethlehem. I have chosen one of the sons of Jesse to be king." Samuel invited Jesse and his sons to a sacrifice. One by one, Jesse presented his sons. The first was tall and impressive, but God corrected him. "Don't judge by his appearance. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." Finally, Samuel asked, "Do you have another son?" Jesse replied that the youngest was out in the fields, tending sheep. When David arrived, God spoke, "This is the one. Anoint him." Samuel poured oil over David's head. From that moment, the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him. Chosen, David returned to the fields. Meanwhile, King Saul began to suffer inner torment. An evil spirit sent by the Lord troubled his mind. Saul's servants recommended David, a young man skilled with the harp, brave in battle, and handsome. Whenever Saul became distressed, David would play his harp. The music soothed the king's spirit. Soon after, Israel faced the terrifying enemy, the Philistines. Their champion warrior was a giant named Goliath. David volunteered to fight. He told Saul how God had helped him defeat lions and bears while protecting sheep. Armed with only a sling and 5 smooth stones, David faced the giant. Goliath laughed at the boy. David slung a stone. It struck Goliath in the forehead. The giant fell to the ground. Israel erupted in victory. David soon became a great warrior, but the people's praise angered Saul. They sang, "David has killed tens of thousands." Saul became jealous and watched David with suspicion. Several times Saul attempted to kill David with a spear. Despite Saul's hatred, David found a loyal friend in Jonathan. They made a covenant of deep love and friendship. David was forced to flee. For years, he lived as a fugitive in the wilderness, in places like the Cave of Adullam. Even with chances to kill Saul, David refused, saying, "The Lord forbid that I should do this to my master." Eventually, Saul died in battle. The shepherd whom God had prepared for years was finally ready to rise. David's story teaches that God often prepares leaders long before the world sees them. Before the crown comes character. If you liked this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep Bible stories. Shalom with Jesus.